If I showed you this dog, what's your first guess at its personality? What about this one? Or this one? But what if I told you greyhounds aren't actually the Energizer bunnies many people assume them to be? Pit bulls can make some of the sweetest family pets, and those calm, friendly golden retrievers, they can be maniacs that destroy your house. In a world where reputation means everything, some dogs get saddled with reps they don't deserve and haven't earned, often with huge implications. For example, some areas have laws banning breeds perceived as aggressive even if those assumptions are unfounded. Even owning a dog with a negative reputation can result in higher insurance rates. Justified or not, what do you think? Welcome to Pet Spotlight. We're here to uncover what science has to say about our furry companions. Understanding canine personality would go a long way toward unraveling some complex and controversial biases. So let's explore what research says about whether breeds really determine a dog's personality. Let's get right to it and address the key question. How much are dogs' personalities determined by their breed? You might hear dogs' innate traits described in different ways. Temperament, behavior, or the more human-like term, personality. Person is literally right in that word, but dogs have so much emotional depth, personality just seems like the right word for it. Now, people have many ways of assessing a human personality, like the Myers-Briggs or the Enneagram, and so on and so on. But what about dog personality tests? It turns out they do exist. Some of the most popular ones are the DPQ, or the Dog Personality Questionnaire, and the Canine Behavioral Assessment and Research Questionnaire, or CBARQ. And you said scientists have no sense of humor. One study showed that we can boil dog personalities down onto 5 key scales: playfulness, curiosity and fearlessness, chase proneness, sociability, and aggressiveness. Think about your own dog. Can you start to recognize their unique blend of these traits? So how much does a breed really determine these parts of a dog's personality? A 2019 study analyzed behavioral data from over 14,000 dogs across more than 100 breeds. They matched this up with genetic data to look for patterns. The research identified over 130 genes related to core dog personality traits. Some were more heritable than others, meaning easily passed down genetically, like trainability and aggression towards strangers. This could explain why some working dog bloodlines are known for their trainability. However, genetics were only found to account for about 15% of a breed's typical personality. Now you think 15% is low. Another major study analyzed behavioral data on 18,000 dogs combined with genetic data from over 2,100 pups. This study included mixed breed dogs too, which added a fun wrinkle and let them compare combinations of different breed tendencies. The study found 11 genetic regions strongly associated with behaviors like sociability with humans and vocalization, but there was wide variation in traits between individual dogs of the same breed. And overall, this study found that breed explained only 9% of the variation in dog personality. So while we may like to generalize, these research studies suggest we probably shouldn't. Alright, if your dog's personality only comes a small fraction from its genetics and breed, where does the rest come from? First, thanks for joining us on Pet Spotlight, and take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you love learning more about your pets. Now, scientists have offered us a few potential explanations. For example, dogs often take on similar personality traits to their owners. One study found that owners tended to rate dogs as mimicking their own tendencies. More active if the owner was an extrovert, more trainable if the owner was conscientious, less aggressive if the owner was agreeable, and more fearful if the owner was neurotic. Yes, our own neuroticism can rub off on our pets. And it wasn't just owners projecting onto their dogs. Non-dog owners in the same study gave dogs very similar personality ratings. So maybe dogs do kind of morph into the image of their owners. Or maybe this study suggests that people naturally choose dogs who are already compatible with their lifestyles. Speaking of dogs and owners sharing personality traits, are certain kinds of people attracted to specific types of dogs? One study honed in on a particularly interesting trend. disagreeable people prefer more aggressive dogs. Here's how the study worked. Participants took personality tests and also indicated their preferences among dog breeds. They also scored how aggressive they thought each breed was. Disagreeable people gravitated toward more aggressively perceived dog breeds. Okay though, what exactly is a disagreeable person? According to the researchers' definition, disagreeableness relates to being less concerned with other people's well-being and more likely to be unfriendly or competitive. But on the flip side, the results from this study also suggested that those who liked aggressive dogs showed signs of conscientiousness, that is, being careful, reliable, and thoughtful about their own actions. So the study just goes to show you that you can never know what's happening inside a person or a dog just by how they look. There's so much more fascinating research about dog personalities, we can't possibly get to it all here. So here's a roundup of a few more of the most interesting things you need to know. Like humans, dog personalities can change over time based on our interactions. More affection creates friendlier dogs. More frustration potentially increases aggression. Research has also found that while dogs can change over time, anxiety and fear are two of the hardest traits to change once dogs get to adulthood. A word of warning for those of us rescuing adult dogs. Did you know that around age 6 is the prime age for training dogs? They're old enough for some maturity, but they're still moldable and not yet stubborn seniors. How about this one? Obedience classes associate with more positive personality traits across a dog's life. And obedient breeds on average live longer than disobedient ones. If that's not encouragement enough to invest early in your dog, I don't know what is. Excitable, energetic personalities are related to fewer chronic health conditions. Exercise truly is the best medicine, even for our dogs. And on the flip side, aggressive trait dogs, unsurprisingly, are more likely to have previously bitten someone. And here's a good one to land on. People tend to report higher relationship satisfaction with dogs that are more active and trainable. The bottom line, find that dog who fits your life and your lifestyle, and check your biases at the door, because dogs of any stripe can blow you away if you treat them right and invest in them. Thanks for joining us on Pet Spotlight, and we hope you'll subscribe to the channel and come back again for more about your pets.